Hola, Truth Consciousness Seeds from Cascada Cafe Retiro in Popayan, Colombia. There's only one solution, one and only hope, a new being on earth. Satprem, Carnet d'un Apocalypse, Tome 4. Our modern life is sheer drudgery. There is a French saying, subway, work, sleep, prison. Metro-boulot-dodo. I would love to get out of it, but I have no time to become Jesus, a Buddha, or a New Age savior. I need to pay the rent, electricity, and provide food and clothes for the kids. The news on TV is basically showing us that God is making fun of us. Our daily toil has been getting worse and worse, and we have seen nothing yet. There is so much more to come as we enter food scarcity in the entire world. The fact is that this challenging situation has been slowly aggravating for thousands of years. The reason for this is that this passage from the old intelligent monkey to something else has to become unbearable. Embedded deep into our cells, there is an ancient program: work, suffer, age, and die. What is surprising is that animals don't suffer as we do. They're in pain when they're sick or hurt, but they don't wear the mask of suffering that is so often seen on human beings. It appears that the more we evolve, the more we suffer, and the suffer will soon become excruciating. Human beings are a transitory species, an evolved, very bright animal that has unconsciously chosen to put his intelligence in the service of survival and its associated fears. Looking around us, we can clearly see the mess this has brought, both on the individual and planetary levels. Humans need to reach the point of no return before finding the courage to get out of suffering. Looking back at my life, I can absolutely confirm that I never would have found the courage to leave my life and go into the complete unknown if I was not forced into this choice. At that point, I was completely aware of the fact that I was a slave, and continuing to live as a conscious slave was unbearable to me. Choosing the scary unknown was the only good choice that I had left. When I made that difficult choice, I was still not in understanding that this was only the first big step. After a 10-day workshop and an advanced 6-day workshop with Guy, I finally understood the bigger challenge. I need to get out of animality. In order to do so, I became aware that the next step is the transformation of consciousness. For the past millennia, all of humanity has been doing the same old things, believing in the same old half-truths, following similar spiritual paths. Our beliefs have been tightly bound in biblical, Quranic, scientific, or deoxyribonucleic chains. We have reached a dead end in all directions. The climate is going crazy, not warming, but cooling into a new grand solar minimum. GMO foods are blasting our biology. The ozone layer looks like Swiss cheese. The World Bank and the International Monetary Fund control all the cash on the planet, and very soon they will create the final financial collapse. The world leaders are organizing a cashless microchip population, meant to be controlled from the inside and the outside. Whatever humans won't do, biorobots will. That's what progress is all about. There is, however, good news. Humanity is now at the turning point of its evolution. There are only two options left: mutation or extinction. The time has come for the disappearance of Homo sapiens, the so-called wise human. An air-conditioned hell on Earth is no longer possible. Earth has had wise beings around for millions of years, such as Atlantis, Lemur, and other civilizations. So how do we know it will be different this time? The answer is, I know, and that's all. The time of the apocalypse is imminent. And what is an apocalypse exactly? The modern definition is usually related to a series of worldwide catastrophes that would destroy most of humanity. Historically, the word apocalypse comes from Greek and means an unveiling, an unmasking, or the revelation of human or divine secrets. I like Satprem's definition. He talks of the apocalypse as the unveiling of an old species that does not know itself, its beginning or its purpose, or the reason for its mortal existence. The step-by-step path leading to Earth's unknown destination, offering our simple human body in sacrifice to a mysterious future that is already there, inside of us, and to a promised species. Carnet d'une Apocalypse, Tome 1. I invite you to come to Colombian Coffee Farm called Cascada Café Retiro in Popayan, Colombia. I offer a 5-day workshop on the evolution of human consciousness February 3rd to 7th, 2020 in English, and March 2 to 6, 2020 in Spanish. I encourage you to stay for a few weeks to integrate this information into your body cells, learn some Spanish, and start making a concrete action plan. Yes, there is a solution.